Something good happens, a relationship that actually feels healthy, an opportunity that could change everything, a moment of genuine peace you haven't felt in years. And then you watch yourself destroy it. Not dramatically, quietly. You pick a fight that didn't need to happen. You pull away right when someone gets close. You procrastinate until the window closes. You find a reason, always a different reason, always convincing why this good thing isn't real, isn't safe, isn't for you. And afterward, you sit with the wreckage and you think, why do I keep doing this? You call it fear of success. You call it bad timing. You call it self-destructive tendencies. You give it names, but the names don't stop it. Because you've been diagnosing the symptom, not the cause. Let's go to the cause. Your nervous system has one primary directive, not happiness, not success, not love, survival. And survival, at the level your nervous system operates, doesn't mean thriving. It means maintaining the known. The nervous system is not built to seek what is good. It is built to avoid what is unfamiliar. And here is where it gets uncomfortable. If you grew up in an environment where love was unpredictable, good things didn't last. Where success meant attention, and attention meant danger. Where peace was just the silence before the next storm. Then, your nervous system learned something. Something it encoded as survival truth. Good things end. Getting close means getting hurt. Hope is the setup for a worse fall. And now, years later, in a completely different life, your nervous system is still running that code. Every time something genuinely good appears, an alarm goes off beneath your conscious awareness. This is unfamiliar. Unfamiliar means danger. Eliminate the threat. And you do. Efficiently, creatively, every time. This is called the upper limit problem. Gay Hendricks spent decades mapping it. The idea is simple and devastating. Every person has an internal thermostat for how much good they are allowed to feel, how much love, how much success, how much peace. The setting on that thermostat was calibrated in childhood by what was modeled, by what was allowed, by what felt safe to receive. And whenever your actual life exceeds that setting, whenever reality gets better than what your nervous system believes you deserve, an unconscious mechanism kicks in and brings you back down. Not because you want to fail, because your system is trying to protect you from the unfamiliar. The sabotage is not weakness. The sabotage is your nervous system doing its job. A job it learned in a context that no longer exists. Now, bring in the neuroscience. The brain has a structure called the anterior cingulate cortex. It monitors for discrepancy, the gap between expectation and reality. When reality is worse than expected, it signals distress. But here is what most people don't know. When reality is significantly better than expected, it also signals distress. Because unexpected positive deviation is also a discrepancy, also unknown, also potentially dangerous. The brain does not distinguish between unexpectedly bad and unexpectedly good at the alarm level. Both activate the same monitoring system. This means genuine, unfamiliar goodness, the kind that exceeds what you have learned to expect, registers in the nervous system as a threat. Not metaphorically, neurologically. The self-sabotage is the nervous system resolving the alarm, returning to familiar, returning to home, even when home was painful. And here is Jung again. The shadow doesn't only contain the dark things you've suppressed, it also contains the good things you were taught you weren't allowed to have, the version of you that deserved consistent love, the version that could receive success without guilt. The version that could sit in peace without waiting for it to end. If those versions of you were never allowed to exist, if love always came with conditions, success always came with punishment, peace always preceded chaos, then those selves got pushed into the shadow too. And the shadow always works against what it contains. The part of you that was never allowed to have good things becomes the part of you that dismantles them. Not because it is evil, because it never learned they were safe. Now come to the deepest layer. Vahdet-i Vücud says, you are the universe experiencing itself, complete, whole, already. The self-sabotage, from this perspective, it is not a flaw in your design. It is the universe trying to show you where you have drawn a false boundary around what you are allowed to be. Every time you destroy something good, you are enacting a belief that says, I am this much and no more. That belief is the only thing between you and everything you keep dismantling, not your past, not your circumstances, the story about what you deserve. And stories can be rewritten. So what actually changes this? Not willpower. Willpower operates at the conscious level. The sabotage operates beneath it. Trying to stop self-sabotage with willpower is like trying to stop a fever by deciding not to be sick. You have to go to where the program runs. First, notice the ceiling. Start tracking the moments when you pull away. Pick fights, procrastinate, minimize, not to judge them, to map them. You are looking for the pattern beneath the behavior. What level of good consistently triggers the mechanism? That level is your thermostat setting, and awareness of the setting is the beginning of changing it. Second, practice receiving. This sounds simple. It is not. When someone gives you a genuine compliment, don't deflect. Don't minimize. Don't immediately reciprocate to neutralize it. Let it land. Stay in the discomfort of being seen positively. When something goes well, resist the urge to immediately find the problem. Sit with the good for 1 full minute before your mind starts looking for the catch. You are training your nervous system that good things do not have to end, that you can receive them without consequence. Every time you do this, you are raising the thermostat 1 degree. Third, find the original moment, not to re-traumatize yourself, to contextualize. The belief that you cannot have good things was formed in a specific context, by a child with no alternatives, in a situation that has since ended. The program is running in a context that no longer exists. Naming that, really naming it in the body, not just intellectually, begins to loosen its authority. You are not that child anymore. The threat that created the ceiling is gone. The ceiling remains only because it was never examined. And here is the final thing. The universe, the one consciousness expressing itself through your specific configuration, has no upper limit on what it can experience. The limit is not in reality. It is in the story you inherited about what you are allowed to be. Every piece of goodness you have ever destroyed was real. It was available. It wanted to stay. You sent it away because something in you believed it had to leave eventually. Change that belief and watch what stops leaving. See you.